So it's been a couple days, and I'm already back with a new YouTube video. I had mentioned starting the Rising of the Shield Hero in my last video, and after watching the first two episodes, I'm like, I have to make a video because this is so good. The first thing that I didn't know is the first episode is about 40 some minutes long, and I was about a half hour into it, just like totally engrossed, and I realized what time I thought the episode would get over and the time in the episode were throwing the whole start of my day off. And then that's when I realized it was like 40 some minutes. But, and it was so good. Like, it didn't seem that long just because I was totally engrossed in it, totally brought in. And the great thing about that is it kicks off right into the story. So things, I don't know, without really giving too much away, so he's the shield hero, obviously, but like the synopsis says he's like sucked into a book and whatever, so I thought maybe the first whole episode would just be about his normal life and then getting sucked in the book. But he's just describing his life in the first few minutes and he gets sucked into the book right away, so you're thrown into this new world adventure right away. That was very interesting. And we find out that this is another one of those very video game-esque animes, which they kind of talk about in there a little bit. But imagine, I don't know, your favorite MMORPG, and then there's that one class that like everybody shits on. Or like, oh my god, that guy's playing this class, he doesn't know what's going on. You know, it's hard to explain, but he's kind of, if you've played a game like that where there's one class that's obviously like, it sticks out among the other players, is like, don't play that class. He ends up, that is the shield hero, because he's like, I have a shield, and that's it. So it's about like, you know, his overcoming that, like, the world is against him in some very interesting ways, which really pulled me into the story because I felt so bad for him at this one part. And like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's yeah, it's interesting. You think like something isn't quite right, and then it's not. But yeah, it was very good. And then so he's kind of learning. It was such a change in the main character in the first episode in a very positive way, from feeling like this guy thinks he's a loser to like, screw everyone else, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do to survive in this world, which was very, very interesting, and his character just kind of like did a 180 and it was really cool. And so like the second episode was also very good, and the how it's developing. But what I wanted to really talk about, the whole point of this video was, I'm very excited for this anime because I feel like it's one where the story's going to finish. I've been trying to do some research about the manga and the light novels, so apparently it was a web series, and I believe that web series ended, and it was really good, so they decided to make it into a manga. Which got, I believe, like 20 volumes or something, and it looks like those have all come out. I don't see any pending release dates for volumes that haven't been released, so I do believe that the story is finished in its entirety, and it's going to be a 25 episode anime run. So yeah, so like two seasons or one really long season, however you want to think of it. Depending on what I always like to say is when the intro changes. So if the intro changes at episode 12, 13, we know we're in the second season. But yeah, so this is an anime I'm really excited for, and I'm really enjoying so far. So I highly recommend checking it out. Yeah.